in this.
Hi.
There you go. All yours, Graham.
All right. Call to order the Civil Service Commission for Snoqualmie, Washington. The date is April 3rd. And the first order of business is to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
So passed.
Aye. Aye. You get the vote too.
Aye.
Okay.
Public comment. Do we have anyone online?
No. Yay.
If there's no old business, we will proceed to new business. All right, first order then is lateral firefighters certification.
No, lateral police officer.
I want to see if you were paying
No,
attention.
just say.
Knew there was a lateral.
Yes,
Oh,
so,
yeah, there, yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you.
so
Oh, that's March.
here is our lateral, police officer list.
I
So,
want to certify that.
yes,
You have that.
Yeah. Certify entry police list. Do I have a motion?
Can I see, I see
Mhm.
the scores.
Anybody's above 70.
Well, one time the scores were backwards, so I just.
That was last week. Yeah?
oh, the up
They
and
were
down,
all
yeah,
correct scores, they were just
Yeah.
inverted.
it was flipped, yeah.
You good?
Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second?
Second.
So approved.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, that was the entry. We, are
That was
now-
lateral.
That was the lateral. What
Yep.
about the entry?
Yep, entry is right here. So, oral boards, both lists have this, but oral boards were held on March 15th, 27th, and April 3rd. And, it says on there too, we currently have three vacancies, so.
Wow. See that, wow, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
All right, do I have a motion to certify the entry police list?
I make a motion to certify the entry level police officer.
Second.
Approved.
Aye. Aye.
Aye, approved.
Awesome, thank you.
Next is the civil service rules discussion.
Yes, so you all have
Meet in the bud.
a copy of the current civil service rules that were finished in November of 22, I think is the date on it. So our attorney has been looking at all of our commissions and committees to clean up the code. And when reviewing these rules, saw that it doesn't line up exactly with state law in regards to the number of commissioners on the Civil Service Commission.
What
So-
section is that, if you don't mind?
Yeah, you're gonna have, sorry,
Oh,
you're gonna have to look, yeah, you're gonna have to look in there. So right now, it's in there as, 5 commissioners that are appointed by the mayor and have to be, approved by council. That also is not correct. Just has to be appointed by the mayor or city administrator. It doesn't have to go to council. But the biggest thing is that, it's 3 members on the commission, not 5. So,
Is it maxed at 3?
yes,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah, so it would be maxed at 3. Quorum would then become 2. And so we are going to have to ask someone, and it's, I'm going to propose to the mayor that it's Gary, just due to the fact that he's the last one on here. So, that's pretty much the update. That's what we have to update the rules to match state law. So I just wanted to let you all know that. I haven't had a chance to talk to David yet. Yeah,
And I'll tell you why I disagree.
okay.
First off, we had 2 attorneys look at this before we approved it. One that was an outside counsel that we paid for, the other one was our current counsel, and I forgot who it was, Bob. I
Bob
guess.
Sturbank, yep.
That's right. Okay, so part of the rationale for having this document
Mhm.
is that we, as a city, were allowed to adopt by reference the existing code, and I'll have to
Mhm.
pull up all the
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
So we could have just taken the code, said, this is ours.
Mhm.
The city of Snoqualmie made a decision that we were gonna have our own rules and regulations. So we can make them anything they want, anything we want.
Mhm.
They don't have to match the state. So I would go to court and argue that point, and I don't know who the attorney is, I'm not saying anything's wrong,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying. The short version is, it's my belief and understanding, that we as a city, if we say yes and it's accepted by council, that we can make it anything we want.
Yeah, I'm just introducing this to you all because David's on vacation, so I wanted to have him here so that we could discuss it more. So this isn't like tonight's gonna make this,
Okay.
final, so I still want him to be here so that he can talk to you all about the details and go into things like that, so.
So is this attorney the one that we're using now because
Correct.
Bob's gone?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So he works down at Front Street and Sunset, and I'm missing the name of the company, but they're located.
Madrona Law, yeah,
Yeah.
yep, David Linehan is his name, and like I said, I haven't been part of this review that him and the city clerk are doing to make sure that things are updated for all the commissions. But this was an email that I got just last week, to let me know about this, so.
Fuzzy, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so this is just me letting you guys know that that was what I was told after this review. Again, I had the same comments you did of the Slender two attorneys. And so I don't know when that state law, like, I don't know the details about when that state law happened and
All right,
stuff.
so my question is, what's your argument for 5 versus 3? At the time you had made it 5, what was your argument?
In my mind, my recollection is, number one, that quorum was an issue, because you could make decisions with 2 people. And so I thought if
When
it
we had 5, 2 out of 5 was
was,
4.
it was three out
Yeah,
of
so
5.
since the quorum's tough. If you have 5, you need 3.
Right,
Here we only need 2.
right,
I
but
get the sovereignty argument, but I'm just curious.
that way, let's just say that you and I were the ones that showed up regularly at the meeting. You and I could make all the rules for this without anybody else's input. And I didn't think that that was quite right.
I see.
But the other issue is, in my head, we used to have 5 city council members. Now we have more. The reason is because we have more population. That's what city council seats are based on, is population. The more you get, I think once we went over 5,000, we had to have 1 or 2 more. And then, so we wound up with what we got now.
Mhm.
And I think it's a better representation for the city, but I mean, that's my only argument for the
Go
whole
ahead.
thing.
No, I understand.
But we went round and round and round about state versus this. We also have somebody that shows up on email a lot complaining about certain things. And, and that's because this particular person reads the state law and then tells us what the state law is. And I keep saying, it doesn't make a damn difference. We've got our own, and it's accepted. It's the city of Snoqualmie using it equals whatever the state chooses. We did it legally. I mean, we basically separated this out before the year 2000. So we've been using this for 20 some years. So my attorney, well, the guy that was attorney when I was the mayor, he went through it with me, Pat Anderson, Bob went through it, and then we had an outside attorney that we paid for went through it. And now all of a sudden, out of all this document, that's the one issue we have. I'm gonna push back on it.
Mhm.
You know, if everybody goes 3's great, I'll let it drop. But I wanna at least say something about it when the attorney's here. I can't argue the attorney, I'm not a legal guy.
Could we ask him to send us the statutes that he
Yep.
relied
Yep.
on to make that?
Yeah, he's on
There's been-
vacation for a couple
Yeah.
weeks, but I can get that from him before the next civil service meeting and send it to you guys so you can look at it. And I wanted you to have these so that you have time to review everything, not just that part, but everything else in there, because if we're gonna have to make a change now,
Let's make
I'd
it-
like to go through it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to go through it like a fine tooth comb like we did last time where it took us a year.
Just
But
we
just
have to
kind of-
find those
yeah.
references.
Yep, just kind of look through them again.
Black and white, it either is or isn't.
Exactly.
right.
Once we read the
Usually a
statute, it'll
sovereignty
say-
argument is the minimum, state should
Right.
say no less than.
Right,
But if we
right,
wanted to make it not an odd number
right,
of 13, we ought to know to do that.
right. right.
but
So yeah,
not
so
less than
I'll,
30.
I'll bring him next time. I will have him give me some more
Well, let's see if we're
information.
checking or not.
Yep, and so, like I said, I just wanted to introduce this. This will be on the agenda for next time and even the time after that if we need it, but I'm hoping that we'll get more information from him. Let you all review these again, and then we can
Did he
discuss more
reference
with
the
him.
WAC or the RCW that you-
No, the
Okay.
email that I got was from our city clerk. And then him and I played phone tag before he went on vacation, so I wasn't able to talk to him or get more details. So I'm gonna request, that he's here next month and that way we can discuss and he can give you more
And the
information.
state, I think it's the RC, I'm pretty sure it's the RCW, is a really thick document. We've got to do it in paper, so
Mm-hmm,
he could like cut and paste and get it down smaller, we'll make
Yep.
a few pages.
Well, if he sends us the statutes, we can look them up and I can print them if we need to.
Yeah, we
Because
don't need
there's
to pay
specific
them
statutes
yet.
that address this,
right,
and there may be statute that addresses it and then something else that interprets it. That I didn't read when we were doing this, so.
So it seems like you should be able to exceed it, not go under,
Yeah,
but
we kind of have a minimum.
Yeah,
number
there
that
might
we
be
set.
something that says you
It could be
can, but
written,
usually it's,
yeah,
you can make rules that are stricter than the state one, you just can't go
Yeah.
more lenient.
yes.
And I remember
Yeah.
talking about that a couple different times with some things, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this is just opening up the discussion, letting you guys know, what's going on, what we need to look at and what we need to get updated. And then, like I said, if you read through these in the next month or so and you have questions, or if there's anything, that you want to consider updating again, this is the time to do it. And then we can finalize them again.
And who appoints and approves and all that was a huge discussion when we were doing this, so I'll find it.
Yeah,
That's my second one.
yeah,
And that to me, depending on the wording that he has exactly, is I'll push even harder on that one, just
Mhm.
because we get to pick, and so it kind of sort of.
right,
Right. If we don't like, the mayor gets their point, I get that.
Yeah.
But what we came out with was, if the mayor appoints somebody that we absolutely think is incorrect,
mhm,
we can say, no, try it
Mhm.
again.
mhm,
And that has to stay there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna wind up with the person that emails a lot,
Right.
wanting to be on this board.
right,
And
yeah,
then
and
we
there
spend a
there
5-hour
is language in there about all of this, not just the number of commissioners, but kind of some of that process.
Yeah.
So if you look in there, it's towards the beginning of these rules that you can kind of just double check in there, the way we worded it, but I remember talking about all of that, so. Yeah, so anyways,
One final request,
yeah,
just give us the statute, don't invite the lawyer here. And we'll pay $700 or $800,
okay,
travel time included. I've been there, please, let's not do that.
okay,
We'll have you.
All we need to do is see what he's referring to.
Okay.
Or she's referring.
okay, we'll start there. I'll have a,
Save the taxpayer dollars.
It's my nature, I'm Scottish.
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I'll start with him. Like I said, it'll be a couple, he's off this week and next week, I think, so. But I'll start with him and see what he can send me via email and just kind of send you guys some information, and if some discussion needs to happen. And I can even include him on the emails. I mean, yes, I know we're gonna pay him for that, but it might be quicker or simpler, like if there needs to be any more explanation. Just so he's able to answer your questions.
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
We have to get into the city ordinance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean an issue other than just this one?
Well,
It's all connected.
it does say shall be two, but it can be three under a certain subsection, and then the city can, from just a quick read, by ordinance, increase the number of members serving from 3 to 5. So if our ordinance is silent to that, then we have to rely on,
And they also were looking at, they're also looking at the city
Yeah.
code too, and that's probably where a lot of
That's where
this
it's
came
coming
from,
from.
is because
Yeah.
the city code is super old.
Yeah.
And so they were probably, together.
so worst case, if we do want 5, maybe a temporary thing to have to go to 3 until we get things lined up.
And I'm not married to 3 or 5. I just remember there was a whole lot of time and discussion.
Gotcha, yeah.
And lawyer time spent on it. All of a sudden have somebody come in and go, oh,
Mhm,
so.
mhm. Yep, I hear
I'm
you.
not gonna fall on my sword for that.
I hear you.
But I might for the language with the lawyer, or the mayor's language and us being able to say yes or no.
Sure. Yep. Okay. Yeah, like you said, you have it.
You have to-
Yeah.
Write
Yeah,
down.
just what is it?
41.14.030.
Say again?
41.14.030.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other business?
Would be, pull that up.
Nope, the only other thing I was just gonna announce, it's not on here, but it's just for the city, the volunteer appreciation event. Hopefully you guys got that email. It is on the 24th from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Snoqualmie Inn. So I'd love if you guys can be there. It's our event that we do once a year for all of you, to kind of celebrate and thank all of you, so. It is-
Just sent it out.
I think it just came out today, so it's
It
the,
just came out this morning, I
Okay.
think, so if you haven't checked your email yet, it
yeah.
might have come out this morning.
Yeah, so, but it's the 24th, 5:30 at Snoqualmie Inn. So if you can make it, awesome, cool. Yeah, but that's it. That's all I got.
All right,
Lovely.
adjournment? Motion?
So move.
You make a big.
Second.
Is there gonna be blue chicken there?
There will
So
be
moved.
food and snacks.
Approved.
Mhm, yep,
Approved.
gotcha.
We're done. Hey,
We'll see
16
What
minutes.
time is it?
We'll do it now.